What's up, everybody? JT Sports here, back at you guys with another NFL free agency update. The Buffalo Bills are joining in on the free agency fund. According to Ian Rapport, the Bills have come to agreements with star pass rusher Von Miller and the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end O.J. Howard. Now, the Bills are signing Von Miller to a 6-year deal worth $120 million, and they have come to terms with O.J. Howard on a 1-year deal worth $3.5 million. Now, let's talk about the Von Miller signing first, because Von Miller is 32 years old going on 33. And the fact that he got a 6-year deal kind of surprises me, because you don't really see a lot of players at the age of 30 and over get a lot of long-term deals. So the fact that Von Miller got a 6-year deal kind of surprised me. And Von Miller was really good last season for both the Broncos and the Rams. He had a combined 9.5 sacks, and he was a huge reason why the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl. Him and Aaron Donald came up big on the final drive to seal the deal for the Rams. And for Von Miller, I'm wondering, how productive is he going to be throughout the 6 years of this contract? Okay, how productive is he going to be before we start to see him regress? Okay, and for Buffalo fans, you have to ask yourself, is Von Miller the player that is going to get us over the hump? Because that's pretty much the question that Bills Mafia should be asking after every signing, every roster move, and any player they draft. You should be asking, hey, is this going to be the piece that gets us over the hump? Because the Bills are right there. They just need one more piece. And is Von Miller that piece? Now, Buffalo has a really good defensive line, okay? You got Von Miller. You got Gregory Rousseau, who was really impressive. He flashed a lot during his rookie season last year. You have Ed Oliver. Their defensive line is going to be really scary next season. Then on top of that, you add in the fact that now you're going to have a legitimate pass rush, because that's something that I feel the Bills have been lacking, is a ferocious pass rush. And that's what you need if you're going to be able to beat teams like Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Okay, when you get into the postseason and your defense is on the field, you have to be able to get consistent pressure on the quarterback. It's a reason why offensive tackles and edge rushers are still getting big contracts over the age of 30. It's because pass rusher and offensive tackles are two of the most important positions in football outside of quarterback, because it is a passing league. So you have to be able to protect the quarterback so he can throw the ball, and you have to be able to get after the quarterback. That's why Von Miller, at the age 32 going on 33, is still getting long-term deals. And Trent Williams, same thing with him. Even though they're up there in age, they play premium positions. So despite how old they may be, teams value the edge rusher position a lot. So for Von Miller, I'm wondering just how productive is he going to be throughout the 6 years of this contract, because I don't think we're going to see Von Miller playing at an incredibly high level throughout this whole entire deal. I don't think we're going to see Von Miller play at an all-pro level until he's 40, 41 years old. I just don't think that's going to happen. So for the O.J. Howard signing, he signed a 1-year deal worth $3.5 million. And O.J. Howard was a first-round pick. I don't know if a lot of you guys remember that, because I had to look it up. I almost forgot. And you haven't really heard O.J. Howard's name called that much over the last couple of seasons. As a matter of fact, the last time O.J. Howard actually had, a productive season was 2019. And the first 3 years he was in the league, were pretty okay, but not up to the level that you were expecting if you were a Buccaneers fan, because when you draft a tight end in the first round, you're looking for him to end up becoming a superstar, and OJ Howard never blossomed into that superstar. And the main reason for that was because injuries held him back. And then once he got back into the swing of things, Tom Brady arrived, and then he kind of became ghosted. Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate all started to get more targets, and they were ahead of him on the depth chart. But for OJ Howard, this is a big opportunity for you, because you're going to a team that's in win now mode. You're going to have the opportunity to compete for the starting tight end spot between you and Dawson Knox. You're going to have a really great quarterback throwing you the football in Josh Allen. And OJ Howard has all the tools to be one of the best tight ends in the league. Like, he has great size, great speed. Like, honestly, the only thing that is keeping OJ Howard from reaching his potential is the fact that he can't stay healthy. If he can stay healthy and the Bills give OJ Howard the targets, OJ Howard most likely is going to be a Pro Bowler. Like, if OJ Howard this season can get between 60 and 70 targets, and not even that, if OJ Howard could get 40 receptions, I think he could end up having a pretty solid season. But if OJ Howard can get 80 to 90 targets, I think he could end up being the All-Pro with the Buffalo Bills, because the speed is there, the size is there. Like, there's a reason why OJ Howard was a former first-round pick. And on top of that, he's incredibly young. And if he performs well, the Buffalo Bills can bring him back and sign him to a long-term extension. If he doesn't, it's only a one-year prove-it deal worth $3.5 million. So that's pretty cheap. So you look at how the tight end position has evolved over the years. Like, you don't need to have a great tight end to be able to win the Super Bowl. However, if you do possess an elite tight end in your offense, it possesses a lot of problems for the defense. Because, like, how do you stop a Travis Kelce or a George Kittle? Because you can't put a defensive back on them, because defensive backs are normally too small to cover tight ends. And you can't put a linebacker on them, because most linebackers are too slow to be able to keep up with some of the faster tight ends, or they just don't have the coverage skills to be able to cover guys like Travis Kelce or George Kittle. So having an elite tight end can really take your offense to the next level. And for the Buffalo Bills, they're hoping that OJ Howard can blossom into that elite tight end that the Buccaneers were hoping that he would develop into. However, Buffalo is probably just looking for him to be productive, okay? You're looking for more productivity out of that tight end position. And for Dawson Knox, I wonder what this means for him. Is Dawson Knox going to remain on the roster? Is there going to be a two tight end attack between Dawson Knox and OJ Howard? Or is there going to be a camp battle to decide, who ends up being the majority starter and who ends up getting the majority of the workload at that tight end one position? So you guys let me know what you guys think about the Buffalo Bills signing pass rusher Von Miller and tight end OJ Howard down in the comment section down below. Also, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload breaking NFL free agency news.